1 month ago today, a van driven by a white British man plowed into a crowd of Muslim worshippers near Finsbury Park Mosque in central London, killing 1 and injuring 10. That mosque was once known for extremist sermons by notorious hate preacher Abu Hamza, but it's since become a force for moderation in the Muslim community and a model of de-radicalisation in the UK. And now, its members have become victims of terror themselves. Hind Hassan reports.
Between 1997 and 2004, Egyptian cleric Abu Hamza al-Masri preached extremism and fundamentalist Islam at Finsbury Park Mosque.
Many people have been attacking me in the newspapers. Everybody knows I have right to sue them. I have right to take them to court for a lot of lies.
In response, police closed the mosque down, so Hamza took his sermons to the street outside. Among those attending was Richard Reed, a terrorist who tried and failed to bring down an American Airlines jet with a bomb in his shoe. For teenage worshippers like Ismail Enashi, the sermons were frightening.
Attending the mosque was, one experience based on fear because it was, held hostage effectively to Abu Hamza. He would usually go into very long sermons about the difference between us Muslims and the non-Muslims. He would sort of preach a message of hate and separation. And I found that very frightening as a teenager, actually.
Hamza's time at the mosque ended in 2004, when he was slung in jail and eventually extradited to the US. He's now serving life in prison there for terror offences. A year later, the mosque was reopened, having been taken over by a community trust with new management, including Mohammed Kozbar. He says the steps to de-radicalisation were simple: get rid of Abu Hamza's remaining followers, then make sure that no one could deliver a sermon without being vetted first.
We kicked Abu Hamza's supporters out of the mosque, and we took over here the mosque, and we changed it from a hostile to a cohesive atmosphere. And now, as you can see, it is not just only mosque, it is a community center which is open for everybody. When you engage with the community in a positive way, they can make a huge difference, and this mosque proved that.
If you were to be made aware of somebody who was coming to this mosque that was perhaps saying things that are considered extreme or is potentially vulnerable to radicalisation, what would you do about it?
Well, first of all, our role on policies won't allow anyone to come and speak just like this. We invite speakers, which we know that they are, we can trust them and we can trust what they are saying. Nobody whatsoever allowed to come and just preach and give a speech to the congregation.
The lingering image of Finsbury Park Mosque as an incubator for terror has been hard to leave behind. That doesn't sit well with many Muslims here, who feel this attack on their community has been framed differently to other terror strikes in the UK, which were carried out by Muslims.
This incident that's just happened, some media elements, I'm not saying your media elements, they have tried to link this with the Finsbury Mosque Abu Hamza and say it's because of this mosque has links with people who are extremist. That's why it's happened. So they're trying to condone what's happened, which is unacceptable.
The steps Finsbury Park Mosque took to de-radicalise 12 years ago are still working. Yet as the mosque tries to emerge from the shadow of its past, it's now vulnerable to a different kind of extremist threat. The attack using the van.
The van was only the beginning.
The fun will continue this August.
Yeah.
There will be rivers of blood flowing down the streets. I will make sure of this. None of you vermin will survive. I mean, who would survive being gassed or blown up? Have you been getting more hate mail? Has that increased?
It is definitely increasing. There's still many to come, but we don't know what is there.
They're very specific as well. The fun will continue this August. Yeah. There will be rivers of blood.
Yes. And this is why it's serious.
This letter has since been reported to the police, but it isn't the only hate mail the mosque has received. They say they want the government to take greater action and protect their community.